Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, December 20th. We look at the action today in the SPY and we say, oh, that's a little buying, a little stop of that down move. Yeah, that is correct. But like I said the other day, I think I said it's Sunday, this could be just a reversion to the ADMA. You know, that can happen a couple of ways. The price just stays sideways for a little bit while the EMA catches up. I'm sorry, the ADMA catches up that blue line, or it reverts up to there. But you always get a reversion to that mean, the 8 or the 21. The 8 is the first one I look at. The 21 is the red line, and then you work from there. I also want you to notice that the volume is coming out, so it's going to be difficult to trade. We're going into it's a shortened week, only half a day trading Friday, no trading coming Monday, and then we have more holidays coming up with the new year. So not a whole lot of action. If you look at this on a 1 minute chart today, what we could have done with the scalper trend, just looking at the SPY, where's at 12:20, that's 1 o'clock. Just look at the whole day. It's just trying to get my mouse moving. So where is, that's yesterday. So about right here. So you started out down, made a big run. So there's no real rhyme to this reason. So if I put the fib retracement on any of this, you're really not going to see it. I mean, like I said, when we're doing this, if you're doing this on a 1 minute chart, you want to start being there. You want to get the trend. So you would think the trend was up, and this pullback would be maybe like to the 50, 68, but it broke everything. So it was hard to get the look of the trend today. You can see here, this is at 11:30 in the morning. So if you got on here about 1:30 in the afternoon, you looked at that and said, oh, we got a little uptrend working. And then once we started breaking down, so there's really no rhyme or reason on what's going on here. The signals would have been okay. If you look at these signals, you would have got beat up here a little bit, because you got to run up, another arrow up, another arrow up. So a bunch of arrows up, no arrows down except for right there to get you out of a trade. That would have been a good one. Just when you look at these, just look at the arrows. Like I said, I'm not going to explain to you how they're formed. It's in another, well, I got to get that back up. It's like a close over the previous bar's high, and something else. I got to look at it again myself, but it doesn't form exactly when that candle forms. It's like 2 or 3 candles after. So you look at how much of a run you got when the arrows formed. So this would have been a choppy move. Again, on this move up, you weren't looking to trade down. So that arrow would have just said, let's wait for a pullback. Kind of got faked out here at about 10:45. So again, we'll cover this again. We'll try to do this on Thursday again. I'll try to do screenshots or do a screen capture on my laptop, and see if we can get a better look at it. Because but Monday and Tuesday not a good day to do that, especially now because of the low volume. You want to do it when the options are a little bit more volatile, because that's what you're trying to do, get a little bit of a run. But again, on this daily chart, we're trying to see if we get a reversion to the mean or back above it. Again, but not a whole lot of volume to be moving things around into the holidays. Q's kind of like the same exact thing. A green candle maybe stopping the down move, but just looking for a reversion. And it's kind of the same with the IWM. Now looking at Apple, that's hitting lows, but again, a stop to that run down there, hit near 129 on the low today of 129.89. Got to watch out if that breaks down. But again, we're looking for a reversion as well. Again, if this is going to break down any further, like I said, through 129, that's the recent lows, you could be looking at, like I said, 115, 116. So I think we stayed with mostly weekly charts yesterday. Amazon breaking down. Like I said, we got to go further on Amazon. This is just getting beat up. 5 years on Amazon below that 84 area, 85 area. Like I said, we could head down to the 70 area around these lows back from 2018. Again, maybe even hit this at like 76. What is that? 78, 79. So that should be looking for there. I should have stayed with the weekly, but going to Tesla. Tesla's in trouble, and I don't know if it has everything to do with Tesla. Might have a lot to do with what Elon is doing with Twitter, but I said this could run to 115 pretty easy, maybe already all the way down to 100. Again, but on that weekly chart, it's extended away from that 80 MA, and same on that daily chart. So you watch for the reversion. It doesn't go straight down. Google again needs to hold 84, 83 right there. It needs to get back above 103. Going back to these weekly charts for these other stocks is, again, the sentiment generally is bearish. So anything you're trying to do on a daily chart, stick bearish until the trend tells you different. So again, we got Home Depot. Again, I guess right. We can go to these on the daily. Daily chart below 315 brings in 300, 305. You see that could get a reversion too, even though we got a green candle. Lows very similar. Again, almost pretty close to that 195 today, with a low of 197 and some change. But that could still run down there and maybe even break through. And MasterCard and Visa. MasterCard breaking 335. I'm sorry, 340. Can bring 330 into play. Visa breaking 205, as I said, could bring 196 into play. And like I keep saying this, watch for the big down moves. Don't chase it down. Wait for a little bit of a pullback, which in this case will be a reversion up. And then try to get a good entry point if you're going to go short or buy some puts. Crocs, again, still holding at that 91 area. If it doesn't hold, you look at an 85, 86 for a down move. Again, if it holds there, it could make a run if the markets turn bullish, but I'm not seeing that at the moment. And U.S. Steel trying to get back above 26. If it doesn't, it could run down to this area here. My mouse is freezing. Got to check the batteries. To 22 area. And let's see what was moving today. The trade desk. Nothing moving that big. I mean, if you look at that chart, that's the biggest move run today, just covering that candle on the downtrend. A little reversion on that one. Silver, ETF, Spotify, horrible chart. Some of the oil/energy stocks made a move today. Now that's a solid move on that. Halliburton, you see CVE up here. PSX, ConocoPhillips, Valero, Marathon Petroleum. So that's where you want to stick, is if you want to be bullish to these oil/energies. They're all closing above the previous day's high. Set your trail. There's no real breakouts or anything. And then you look at VLO. That was Chevron. All these look pretty good. MPC, and we'll look at PSX. So look at any of those making a move, and then PSX. They could continue running. So if you're doing anything on that, remember, since these aren't breakouts, momentum trades, I don't think any of these are in a squeeze or anything like that. So they're just making moves. Let's look at Halliburton. I don't think they are. So you're not really getting anything that would signal a quick run one way or the other. Actually, Halliburton is breaking out from a squeeze, but it's done that. It did that to the downside just recently too. So I don't know if I trust that squeeze, but the moving averages aren't in order. If I'm going to a bullish squeeze, I want the moving averages stacked in the proper order. The longer on the top and the shorter on the bottom. So that's what signals my squeeze. But you see, it was sort of consolidating. But again, the point I'm trying to make is that if it's not signaling like a breakout or a breakout from a squeeze or anything that's going to be momentum, give yourself time on the trade, especially if you're doing options.